Welcome back to Strategy and Snark. We are on our way to Tangleroot Gorge. But first, we need to level up. When last we saw our little paladin here, I noticed we only had this much to go until we had leveled up, so I just went and ran a repeat of just one quest. And then, bing, we leveled up. It is perfectly fine to repeat quests. It is intended for you to go repeat things to do them on hard or elite and get more favor. Just pick something you liked to do. Do it on hard. I recommend Kobold's New Ringleader back in the market. That's an easy one to just do on hard for a lot of early XP. But in any case, we're going to pop up to level 6. Put our 1 point and use magic device as usual. But I believe we get a feat this time. And our feat is going to be, improved two-handed fighting. This means we're going to have an even better chance of getting extra hits as we're cleaving through things with our automatic attacks. Or our basic attacks, I should say. But we also get a class feat. We get to upgrade our faith. We now have unyielding sovereignty. And technically remove disease. I never use remove disease, but very technically we can go in here, and where we got paladin feats, remove disease. Like, I don't even know where to put it. I'm going to put it on this bar under here just in case we need it. Technically, it's a usable ability. It's just there's so few diseases in the game. I feel like if I wouldn't have clicked on that summary screen, I wouldn't have remembered we even got that. What we really care about, though, is our deity feat. Unyielding sovereignty. That is a humongous heal. We fully heal all of our hit points, remove all ability score damage, death penalties, negative levels, bleeding, blind, confuse, everything. Usable once every 10 minutes. Just every 10 minutes, just back to full, cure everything. I think the only thing it can't do is I don't think you can use it while you are stunned to cure the stun. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think you can. Alright, we're going to move all of my little healing things over to make room for that. Okay. Now we just still have two little minor bits of business. One, let's go ahead and do our silver roll, in case we get something neat. Potion of Rising Fury. Every time we get hit, we get +2 to strength and constitution. Okay. I'm just going to drink it to get it out of my inventory. A 30-second buff that I'm never going to drink that one random potion in combat. So I will eat these 400 experience points, though. Now, for something more interesting, we've got mail. Let's go see what is in the mailbox. There's a mailbox over here on the left side of the market. I realized that I should probably point at the map so people know where things are. And look at this. We have a new unread mail. You are now eligible for Reliable from the Coin Lord. So that is on the Patron tab. We have filled up one of these reputation bars for the Coin Lords. And conveniently, there's the Coin Lord patron right here. What's he going to give us? Another inventory space. So we now have a fourth full inventory space. I'm going to take all the stuff I had stowed in the back, move it to the new back. Look at that. We got a whole 20 extra spaces to carry loot. If we fill the coin lords up again, we get another one. So it is very worth it to go back, look at your list of quests, you know, sort by level, and just grab all those coin lords ones, or click on patron. You can sort just the coin lords quest and go run your way over there and do these all on hard and then elite and get yourself another inventory tab. I will be doing that. I mean, in general on this character, I will be getting all of those inventory tabs. So, with the... Oh, one more thing. We have action points to spend because we leveled up. I'm going to go ahead and take Slayer of Evil. That just makes our little bonus light damage for Paladin better. Oh good, +4 remove disease charges. Oh, and remove disease also applies a greater restoration effect. That makes it useful. Greater restoration is kind of like just the debuff removal part of Unyielding Sovereignty. So yeah, we're gonna... I'm gonna put my weapons up here now. And my suddenly more useful remove disease ability will go over there, where I can remember it. What else we got? We're up here now. I don't really care about that. I guess we could smite harder. None of this is really looking super necessary right now, but we still need to spend more points. Level 12 is when we get our next core. That's a little ways away. And we need to spend 20 points in order to get anything on this next rank. How much do we care about what's on the next rank? Knight's Training seems like it might be good. None of it super applies to us. It's just +1 to hit and damage. So yeah, we don't actually care about that much. We want the stuff up here in the top rank. But none of it's super relevant right now. So in the long run, when we're level 20, we have all of our points, we're just going to like reset everything and spend it all optimally. But for now, I think we start putting some points here in Sacred Defender. Get ourselves some more defense. Free fortification. And I'd like to get this defensive stance going. So we'll take Holy Bastion. It's just the point you have to spend to get in. It doesn't do a whole lot. Let's see. I don't know why this is even in the game at this point. Item defense. Chance to potentially negate item wear. I've never had my items worn down enough to care. Like, is this a thing somewhere? And it's in so many class trees. I always ignore it. Bonus lay on hands. I could see us using that. Improves the Sacred Defense stance. Yeah, that'd be nice. We don't have the stance yet. More armor. Yeah, okay. And just straight up more PRR. That's probably what we want, but this is more efficient. We get more faster for the same thing. We only have 2 points to spend, so I think I'm going to take... We need to get to 5 points for that. One in each. This point is not useful. but it will be once we spend the other 2 we get as we level. We might even just grab these early just to get our stance, if we happen to get that much XP. What defensive stance does is it's just a passive buff. You just get a whole bunch of defense, a bunch of threat generation to make things more likely to attack you, because remember, you're supposed to be getting it off of the squishy guys like your hireling or your friends, and you can't be raged. Pretty standard. It's just all upside. There's some higher level stuff I think needs a shield to work, but just the passive buff? Nope. We can just add ourselves a whole buttload of defense for free once we spend a few more points. So there we go. It already made us slightly more defensive, but we'll get the real defense here soon. And I'm already running the wrong way. To get to Tangleroot Gorge, we're going to go to House Fiarlan, which we haven't been to before. Fiarlan is up here, House Fiarlan Enclave, in the top left of the market. This is the Entertainers Guild section of the city. There are an okay number of quests just kind of laying around here that you might notice. There's, see the gold cups on the map. We are heading up to the top left corner, and we're actually going to take a caravan. Tangleroot Gorge is somewhere else. We have to travel there. Which, because it's a video game, is just you click on one guy. Eventually, when we get there. All the way in the corner. There's actually 2 guys. So, this first one actually takes you to Threnel, I think? No, this is an independent quest. This is just a one-shot quest. We want this guy. Yes, I'll go to Tangleroot. Make sure you talk to so-and-so when you get there. And there he is. The only quest giver. If you want to do some work here, go talk to the Hobgoblin Chief. Okay. So, we got this main guy to talk to. He was kind of kicked out of his house, effectively. We're going to go kick out the guy who kicked him out. That's the whole plot.
One-eared bugbear inn, ale, lodging, and transport to Stormreach.
Going to go ahead and summon our hireling, and we're going to get on the horse, because we're level 6. This is a level 3 wilderness, if I remember right. We're not going to get much in the way of... Oh, level 4. There's not much in the way of anything out here, so we're just going to try to go faster. See if the muscle memory can carry us to our quest. There's only one actual place to be in Tangleroot. Like, there's this huge... Nah, not that way. There's this huge area. It's pretty big, and it's like this pretty jungle, right? But it's just for effectively one quest chain that all takes place in the same spot. Like, we've never, ever used Tangleroot Gorge, and this is literally the gorge that I'm going to cross the bridge right now. Alright, we got our title, Tangleroot Gorge. We've never come back here for anything else. Tangleroot is an unusual quest chain. It does something that they used to do a lot more in the past, which is make the quests progressive levels. But in practice, it's kind of a bad idea. The quests start at level 3, and there's 2 3s, then there's 2 4s, and then 5s, and then 6s. It might even go all the way up to 7 for the last one. I mean, if you really want me to hit you, I will. I mean, does this make you happy? But because the levels are so stretched out, it makes it a little complicated to do it for stuff like Hardcore League. Because you can only be 4 levels over a quest on hardcore. Yeah, I turned the wrong way. This is a potential rare encounter, not the quest. So we're going to keep going the other way. So you need to come in here at level... Let's see, you can only be a max of 4 levels over. So you have to be level 7 to start Tangleroot. But then you usually leave. You're not going to try to do it and potentially die. You're definitely not going to try to do the whole thing at level 7, going in at level 7 to effectively a level 9 quest because you're doing it on Elite on Hardcore League. I went way out of the way. Or I just missed the turn again. Yeah, thanks for immediate... Oh, yeah. This is the right way. I went right instead of left. That was it. Horses are not supposed to be sturdy. You're supposed to stop and fight the things, but the horses run so fast. You can kind of just ignore anything that's melee. We don't need to go that way. We should be just about there. Peek around the corner. Should see some hobgoblins standing here. There we go. Chief Ungers. We even get a reward just for finding him. Which will just take some random thing. Underground fort. Crawling with hobgoblins. I guess you're supposed to be like, no, you're a hobgoblin. Okay, so apparently the chief here is more like a sergeant of the Hobgoblin King, and the guys who took over Splinter Skull are refusing to pay homage to the king. They're basically, hey, we've got this fortress, screw you. We have, you can't hurt us because we have the fortress. So we're going to go teach them that they're wrong. There's a lot of repetition in this chain, but surprisingly little backtracking. So we beat up the spiders. Right now, all we have to do is kill 20 hobgoblins. Nice and easy, but you'll notice we took a decent chunk of damage just from the spiders. They are probably more deadly than anything else in here. And those spiders will upgrade themselves over time. Because we're actually going to walk in this same quest, this same entry hall, 6 times? It's only at the very end they finally let you skip through here. Although they do open up shortcuts as you go. So, the first time we come through, we need to come over here. We hit these levers on either side of the gate to move forward. Doesn't really mean anything because we are just killing hobgoblins anyway. So we need to go where the hobgoblins are to kill them. Whackety whack. Now I can go through the middle door, assuming I remember to hit the lever. Which I did not. Hireling, this is your job. I blame you. Now we can go through the lever. And I already missed the haste ability from our other character. I feel so slow now. Although it is nice to just whack things and not have to worry about having to backtrack. Backpedal, I mean. Oh no, stealthing things. We need 4 more guys. And then we're done. This was one of the very first packs. Like, one of the very earliest ones that I got. It's really low level. It had really good XP for its time, and I liked that it was a long chain.
You slain 20 splinter skull hobgoblins. Fingers will be pleased.
So I liked that I didn't have to run all around the city hunting for the quests. They were all in a row. I could just bang, 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 do them all in a row without having to do any running around. So we finished that first one, for example. We just talked to the guy. He sends me back in. All we have to do is run this one little jaunt between him and the entrance right there. I swear that's not what it used to look like. This used to just look like a cave. They added that later. Rescue 5 prisoners. This is the exact same map. We're just going to go slightly farther in. And again, we're going to start taking out the spiders. Apparently we got a new spider. Monster manuals are these like freebie. Well, a few of them are free. The rest of them you have to buy. They just give you free experience as you kill monsters and stuff. It's kind of like making a monster manual. You go and you hunt down all the special versions of stuff. You can get completion bonuses for getting all of the types of things. I don't pay attention to it. It's cute, but they are way too expensive for me to buy for what they do. Like, it's kind of like buying it reminds me of an advent calendar. It's fun, but functionally you know that it's not a good use of money. That doesn't stop me from buying them like around Christmas time and opening up the little door every day, but that's basically what the monster manuals are. Just know what you're buying. You're basically buying an advent calendar. They do have a couple like little toys in them, like you can get cosmetic pets to follow you around and stuff is I think the main thing people are filling them out for. Or if you just like filling out lists. If they were cheaper, I would probably like them. But they feel like a very optional thing, and I'd rather spend my points on more adventures and classes and races. Or species, or whatever they're calling them now. Alright, 5 prisoners. There's 1 down there, and 2 in each direction. So we're going to go get the 2 on each side first. All the prisoners on the sides are in these little prison cells. So you can literally just look inside. Look, there's one. Open, free him. And is this the other one? Yep, it's right there. You don't have to worry about protecting them. All you got to do is talk to them, get them out. There are extra doors that have breakables and stuff and levers that can take you down into these optional like cages. I think there's maybe sometimes some optional monsters pop in there, like a named scorpion, I think. The one time I explored it. But there's no named loot down there. There's no special loot. And because this is technically a level 3 quest, we're already getting minus 25% XP on everything we do in here. So, not really going to go out of my way for little bits of XP when I'd rather just beat it faster and get to higher level stuff. You're not going to get anything special down there anyway. Alright, 1 more prisoner. Oh, there he is right there. And now we go to the middle. The middle's a little bit more dangerous. There are some hobgoblin witch doctors or clerics. They can cast hold person, so they will make you hold still. So that you automatically get, well, you get hit a lot,
warden's room, where the prisoners
So look for anything that looks like it's casting spells, which apparently is nothing today.
2 keys fall to the ground.
No casters in the first one, apparently.
All the prisoners have escaped.
Alright, prisoners out. You can take those keys, walk over there, go through that door, try to find yourself a treasure chest. There's no named loot here. It's going to be level 3 treasure. Don't care. Not worth the time to even go in there and get it. You can't go any farther that other way, because that's for the next chapter of the quest. So we're going to go back in. We beat the guys up. We've freed their prisoners. Now, I believe we're going to...
You have found the mouth of
Yeah, the war plans.
the shout.
We're going to go back in,
Echo from
and we're going to try to get some reconnaissance done. We're going to want combat orders, patrol map, and troop roster, which means we need to kill 3 specific guys. I believe 2 of them are in, like, the slightly deeper area that I said you can't go in yet, because we're going to go there now. Watch out for the ones that say Spider Prince. They hit a little harder than the other ones. And we are also now officially in a level 4 quest. This is 900 or 10% less instead of 25%. That does officially mean if we pop this open, we should... Okay, fine. I'll kill the things first. Resort by level. That should be all the level 3s that aren't Salt Marsh, because this character didn't do Salt Marsh. Yep. So, as of this video, we have done all of the level 1, 2, and 3 quests. And currently working on 4. Getting a little head start on 5. And 6. So, you'll note that now that we're in quest 3 in this chain, we didn't actually have to open up the 2 levers to open the door. It's going to be a recurring theme. Every time you do something, like you move up a level of quest, you no longer have to do all of the things of the previous level. So, found the troop roster. Same spot as where we freed the prisoners last time. There's nothing down the other way. We do have to actually go into the new area to get the other 2. And they are in a little bit tricky areas. Killed the cleric first, moving on. So, for one thing, as we go down here, there's a lot of stealthed enemies. So even though it looks like there's nothing here, all of a sudden there is, because there was sneaky guys. And it's not just sneaky guys, there's also sneaky wolves hiding around. So you never really know that the hallway's empty. So you gotta keep paying attention. This first path as we go is gonna have our, I think it's the patrol map. It's one of the 2 things. But see, there's only 2 guys? No, there's actually a 3rd guy sneaking. And on higher difficulties, there's even more. So even if you only see 1 or 2 guys, don't think it's only 1 or 2. These guys like to stealth. I'm even just going to keep swinging my weapon just in case we walk into something. Now, this is just the very next turn as we're following this room counterclockwise. If you go through there, you can go up a trapped ramp, and into a whole horde of bad guys, including the guy we need to kill. Or, their guys are actually, they have an overlook where they're watching this hallway. Oh, there's some stealth guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go piss them off from down here, and have them run through the trap to come over here and fight us. We found a group of wolves while we were at it. So you can see that there's something up there. And if we come around this corner, we can see the clerics. So I'm going to pull out my dart, and I'm going to annoy that cleric. And you can see the other guys just turned to run down that ramp. So we're going to go meet them and not have to run through the trap and not be ambushed by the casters. We get to do the ambushing. So they should be popping out right about the time I get here. See? Look at all of these guys, and this is just the melee guys. Grab that, and we should recall. We should be done recalling out before the casters actually waddle their way down here. If they move at all. So you would have to fight all those guys right after having run through a set of traps, and they would have had 2 casters in the back. Way easier to trick them to come to you. Oh, that quest actually took long enough that these handful of guys respawned. So, Whisper Doom. It's not the first time we're going to see Whisper Doom. She is a gigantic Black Widow spider, and she is very strong. And she is functionally immortal. At least as far as this quest is concerned. So all we're going to do is we're going to go break up her eggs to slow down how many spiders the guys in charge of Splinter Skull are able to field against us. We're literally just going to run in, break the eggs, run away. They're all in the same room. It's just a matter of walking all the way in there. So like I said, there's a lot of repetition here because we have to run through the same section over and over. Not much backtracking. We're pushing forward to do stuff every time. We're not just running through empty hallways. We still got stuff to kill the whole time, so it doesn't feel like it's as repetitive as it is. Especially when you know where you're going. We are... Oops. Yeah, we're still in level 4. So there's one of her daughters right there. There's a big old one. Oh, got hit by spider web. There we go. Take her out. You can go find the other 2. Get the bonus XP. I'm not going to bother. I believe one of them is right where we got that combat order last time. Oh. Found some sneakies. Already, huh? Okay. I think one of them's down there. I don't usually hunt the optionals that just give you a little XP. Your amount of time you spend doing it versus what you get is not particularly high. And again, there's no named loot. If you're not going to get powerful treasure from it, or at least the chance of powerful treasure, then why? So this is, this is literally the 3rd cave. We did 1 and 2 to get the things in the last quest. Number 3 is Whisper Doom. That's a regular one. That's a big one. You can see I am doing basically 0 damage. Don't even try to hit her. Run around, hit the eggs. Eggs, 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 eggs. I want to say these probably poison you if you're not a paladin and you're already immune to whatever it is that they do to you. There you go. Don't bother getting this chest. She's going to interrupt you. As you can see the... Oh, wow. She attacked the hireling instead of me is what happened. You need a distraction in order to even try opening that chest. Normally I run away a lot farther before I hit recall, but since the hireling is distracting the spider, I can fill my recall bar without having to run. Feel free to just run all the way back to the entrance of the quest if you need to.
Did not seem hostile. In fact, their chief beckoned you closer.
So, it is possible to kill Whisper Doom. She's not immune to all damage. She was taking damage, and I believe there's one type of damage, I think it's evil damage, that she doesn't resist at all, just because it didn't exist at the time, I think. But you don't get anything for killing her. Like, you just have a slightly easier time breaking the eggs. But at the point that you've built your character to be able to kill her, you could have just broken the eggs and walked away. There's no benefit. Maybe a monster manual cares. Maybe a monster manual cares if you take her out in this first encounter. We run into her later and kill her when we're higher level. Took a little more damage than I expected there, but I wasn't paying attention. Just like before, now we have... Oh, they're missing a word in their description there, but we can find the Avengers and take them out. I think there's one down there, but I don't... Again, it's not worth hunting them down. Because even now, we've only made it to a level 5 quest. And it's not good XP for a level 5 quest. Not anymore. What made Tangleroot good, XP-wise, was how fast you could run the entire chain. Wow, we get... A lot of these guys are on the path. Oh, da, 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 da. I'm having a little bit of a brain fart while I'm trying to remember where the key is. So we have to grab the key to move into the next area, which I believe is right in this same spot that we got the combat orders before. Hope it is, because otherwise I don't remember where it is. This should be the key. There we go. You only have to get the key once. Once you have the key, you have the key. I mean, if you redo the quest, you have to get it again, but future quests, we don't have to come get the key. We use the same key. Guess we are going to take out all the Avengers. I wonder if they randomly spawn, or if I just always get these and never noticed. So we're actually going to go into a separate quest instance right here. So we got XP for just opening the gate and walking this far. And now we need to meet with Lord Tragu. He's right on the other side of that bridge, basically. There are casters on the other side of the bridge. So what we're going to do is we're going to get close enough that we're going to aggro some dudes. Then we're going to back up into our little hallway so that the casters can't reach us. So their melee guys are down. I can see their caster over there. So I'm going to throw a dart at him. It's not... Oh, he's throwing darts back at me. You could reach me with Ray of Enfeeblement from way back here? Wow. I will use my Remove Disease to counter your Ray of Enfeeblement. I will use another one. Anyway, what we're really going to do here is there's another lever across the way. So just like in Chanticleer, we throw the dart, it knocks the bridge down, and all of a sudden, we can charge in. They're not as protected as they thought they were. I want to say there's one more mage right here, but apparently not. And now, Here's Lord Tragu.
Glances around furtively, then beckons.
He is basically the assassin who worked his way in here. So he's going to try to assassinate the main bad guy. He mentions two things. One, there is a flesh render that was summoned down there. That if we make our way up here through some fire traps, which I'm going to jump over, for some reason through that hidden door behind him, there's just a lever that turns off the force field, and now all those hobgoblins are going to get their butt kicked by that demon. Just for funsies. That's it. Just for funsies. We got 11 XP. 11. But they're going to have a bad day. So Lord Tragu, he kind of has this headache thing going on, and he's a little distracted. Turns out the witch doctor figured out he was a spy. The witch doctor got to him and killed him. So Lord Tragu, unfortunately, was unable to assassinate the main guy, whose name I don't even remember. I think it's like Yarguts or something. So, back in exactly what we just did, just skipping the part where we have to get the key. Then we're going to run through the room that had the flesh render in it. It's not there anymore. It's not there whether or not you flip the lever. We just run to the other side of there. And I think we solve a little puzzle, fight the witch doctor. You will be forgiven for thinking that there's a little bit of a little silly that we've been walking through this entire little dungeon every single time. They're kind of upping the difficulty of the things we're up against. I think we're still level 5. Nope, we've up to level 6 quest now. Still just kind of auto-attacking and running forward. Why is everything so easy? Well, for one thing, we're on normal mode. But for another thing, old quests use old power level scaling. So when we were in Saltmarsh, there was way stronger stuff. Way stronger just by default. Because it's way newer. The stuff in here, way old, way weak. Oh. Accidentally punching some spiders as we run by. So yeah. Even on Elite, these guys are not very strong because they're a product of a bygone era, basically. And they are only hobgoblins. Like, it's not like these are like dragons or something that just aren't getting their due. I mean, this is just spiders and hobgoblins. And I don't like glass spiders, so they all get to die. Alright. Back in. We don't have to knock the bridge down this time, but we are still going to stay back here. Going to take out the melee guys and then run across the bridge. Just to minimize how long we're getting shot at by casters that apparently are not... Oh, there you are. I guess we just ran a little too fast for him. So we're up here. No Lord Tragu. Now we have to actually fight things. Left is to the next boss. Right is to this boss. So, flesh render's gone. This is a curious little puzzle. So what it's kind of that same turn the dial to the right thing puzzle. It just has symbols instead of shapes. These symbols, they don't really use them quite as much anymore. They kind of switch to using the shapes because they're easier to discern. We don't know what the answers are yet, unless we Google it. But we gotta turn each of these to the right one, and then we can proceed to go fight the boss. What's kind of amusing is that the answers are all over here, like right next to the door. Like, it's not hiding this information, right?
This doorway radiates magic and
Like, it's straight up so going. Look, red one, purple one, blue one, green one. The answers are right here. The question is, how do you communicate to your friends what those symbols are? To me, that looks like a trident. Let me get closer. Blue, that one looks like a trident, just like a trident stuck in the ground. I think other people might call it a cactus or a tree or an alien with an antenna. It's basically an ink blot test, right? Just, what do you see? This one looks like a pound symbol to me, but my friend calls it a fancy F. But I call that one the F. It's just a backwards F. And he's like, no, it looks like an A to me. And then this one looks like an N. It's just like it's just an N. It's just an N. He's like, no, it's an upside down U. Why would you call an N an upside down U when you have N? You can just say N. And then he just called it Jinx, so now that one's Jinx, apparently. I don't have a... Oh, I can use party chat. There we go. That won't bug anybody. Red, back, F. Purple, N. Blue, trident. Green, pound. That's why I pick things that are on the keyboard. So I can use the keys, the letters, to convey them. N, back, maybe minus F could maybe be, trident, meh, pound. Trident just looks so much like a trident. I've never had anybody look at it and go, I don't see the trident. And that's only 4, right? There's still 2 more. We didn't even talk about H. It's just an H. Let's see, red is backwards F. And look at this. That's just a regular F. That's just a regular F to go with your backwards F. Upside down U. Purple. N. Whatever works. Whatever you can remember. You can also just Google it and it'll give you the pictures on the wiki. Like I said, I think they've kind of phased those out in favor of triangle, square, circle. Just because there's less arguing over what they look like. Green is pound, and then blue is trident, and then we're good. Spin, 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 spin. So assuming I didn't make a mistake, this should be open. This boss is a spellcaster, plus adds, or plus extra guys, and he's going to animate those zombies to attack you too. And they're going to be dread zombies. Zombies with a ton of HP. Still just zombies. A lot of HP. He's going to prefer to stand up there though. So if I go, ooga booga, and then I duck back over here,
There's a
will draw the melee guy to me,
destroyed.
and I can... Ooh. Ah, that looks like a fireball. He comes to me, and I can just spam all my abilities over here. And he's dead before the other melee guy can get over to me.
Full. He and a sheet of notes.
On, you know, higher difficulties, you definitely don't want to just be taking shots from him while fighting the other guys. And since we never ran over here, the zombie never woke up. Go get the other zombie because it's there. Especially when you're playing by yourself, you want to manage how many things you have to fight at once. So we're going to beat up the totem pole itself, and we're done with this quest.
The little skull totem collapses into rubble. You feel the fame's horror of evil dwindle away.
So we can pick up this potion of water breathing, a key, and a book. There is a secret path you can go. That's just a shrine. I don't remember exactly how you get into it. And I don't have the search to find it anyway. I was just seeing if the spot from the hireling would pick it up. There's a hidden, like, underwater obstacle course you can do to pop up, kill an elemental, and get another chest. I did it once just because I had been through this quest so many times and I didn't know it was there. And like I saw it on the wiki and I was like, nah. I didn't know what the key was for other than maybe opening the... I thought it was for the treasure chest, right?
That sheet beckons you close.
I thought that was it. I thought it was just like, oh, pick it up, open the treasure chest. But no, that's not what the key's for. I was amazed. It's not worth doing it. But there is an extra thing that you can go do. Maybe if you're really into filling out the monster manual, and maybe it might be a named elemental, so maybe you do it to check off like, I got Granny the Granite Golem or whatever. I don't know. I think it was an earth. It's either earth or water elemental. All right. Brown spider prints. These guys have killed me back in the day because they hit way harder than you think. For one thing, you're going down the quest list, right? La la la, doing the level 3s. We are in a level 7 quest. We started at level 3. We're now in a level 7 quest. It's very easy to just not even realize they are raising the level of the quest every time you go. Every 2 quests, I think, is it raises the level of the quests. Very easy to go, whoops-a-daisy. I was running this level 3s on Elite, and now I'm in the level 7 quest on Elite. You walk into the first spiders and you go, dead. Oops. And it's a long walk. If you want to walk all the way back every time you level up to just do the 2, oh, I do not recommend it. I think that's how I did it. The one time I was on hardcore, I just ran all the way back every time, so that I was always at maximum level going through, because I was a coward. I don't recommend it. You could also, once you've beaten the chain, you can actually talk to the guy in the inn, and he will warp you to the hobgoblin chief guy who's progressing our quest, but you have to beat the chain first. I'm pretty sure he won't do it if you've only beaten the first quest.
Your party has reached the inner stronghold. You hear hobgoblin voices.
Usually it doesn't come up. There we go. I didn't even bother killing the guys behind me. We're moving into another zone and they can't follow. So we're finally in the last quest. This is the last the last Tangleroot quest. No stragglers, no bonus weird quest somewhere else. This is it. We've gone through that area so many times. So many times. But this was the last of our repetition. We are officially moving into only new rooms. Because last time we went that way. Now we're going to go this way. Only new things now. And by new things, I mean we're going to have a 3-way branching path, and we have to go left and then right and then forward, because we need something from the left and something from the right before we can go forward. So we're going to go left. We've got a door. It looks like a door you need a lever for. You don't. Just use the door. It's going to tell the hireling to hold still. All we need to kill is that guy. So we're going to get his attention and get out of the room, because there's a bunch of archers up top. Archers can't climb ladders. Ow. Archers can't climb ladders, and they will almost never jump off the edge themselves. So by just leaving the room, we have negated all the archers. We're going to do the same thing over here. Ogres, in particular, have a 3-hit jump attack combo thing. Kind of like Legend of Zelda, just like their jump attack does more damage. So if you see them starting to jump around, you maybe back up, maybe block. Just... I think it can even, like, stun you or daze you. So like that. If he does that, back up. There goes his triple attack, and he actually did damage. I'm on normal mode. I'm just going to beat him up. There are 2 traps in this room. I believe Strimtom said if you hug the right wall, you skip the first one. But these move. See how these slide around? Only the first person gets the freebie hugging the wall. Otherwise, you have to time it. And then I want to say this is a regular spike trap. And right here is a shrine. So if we hug in here, and even if that killed you, stand your ghost right here, bring the hireling to you, and have the hireling open this door, and you can walk in and raise yourself. Oops. This is not the kind of trap that usually does enough damage to kill you, but just in case. And of course, walk through the gaps. Big, huge, wide gaps. Huge, really cool room. Kind of a waste that the throne room is so cool and we're here for 4 seconds. We're going to go up one side. We're going to aggro the stuff just like we did with the witch doctor. We're going to make them come to us to minimize how many we're fighting all at once. By standing here around the corner, we can just fight a few, including Chief Yarkuch. And he's down. And now we can fight just the caster. And I don't even see anything else, because we're on normal mode. There's probably another guy patrolling the other way. Doesn't matter. We won. Use the key on the chest. We out. There is a treasure room on the side over here. You can see it on the map. You can see that the path continues. If you can search, like, I don't think my search is going to be good enough. No. If you have a search skill or detect secret doors or something, go that way. There's more. I think there's a couple traps and a chest. It is there. But it's a bonus thing. Like, only the people with high search can actually find all the secrets in the quests. I can't do it. One character doesn't get to do all of the things. It's a game that was designed around grouping. You're supposed to bring one of everything with you. Dude is dead. He says, "Now I alone shall rule in the king's name." the Hobgoblin King. So go us. This is the only place you can get named items in the entire chain. The chain reward. You have to do all of them every time you want a shot at an item. And we did not get the item. There is one item. There's one item in this chain that makes the chain go from meh to, okay, maybe consider running it every, at least once a life, even if it's just on normal. All of these items got an update, so they're all better than they used to be, and I still wouldn't really bother with any of them. Like, Constitution +3 on belt is fine. This is just a randomly rolled Strength +3 glove, right? That's a named item with the same bonus as a random item. Well, this does say bind to account on acquire. That means the game did make it stronger or lowered its level. So sometimes they'll do that. Instead of it being a pure normal item, they will make it a better item, but it's bound to your account. Or they'll make the level go down, but keep the buff, but it's bound to your account. Still, most of these things are not. There's nothing super special in here. I mean, technically I could wear this for an extra +1 Constitution, but you only get a buff every 2 increases. This would put us at an odd number. It wouldn't do anything. Alright, but what we wanted was a pair of goggles that cast the Death Ward spell. 7 minutes worth of immune to negative damage, so a lot of the necromancy spells, and immune to all instant death effects. And it's just an item. You can just put the glasses on, go click, click, switch back to your regular goggles. Super, super amazingly useful. It's basically a reusable Death Ward potion. But didn't get it. So we're going to take... I feel like I should take one of those bound to account things. Probably the gloves. Necklace? Necklace. And only because it is technically better, I will equip it. We get no benefit from that extra 1 point because now our Constitution's an odd number. Odd numbers don't matter. Okay, well, if something did 1 Constitution damage to us, we wouldn't lose our bonus, but that's like the only corner case that it matters. And that's it. That's Tangleroot. So, would I buy Tangleroot? Probably. Tangleroot, it's got weird level scaling. It's got okay loot. And by okay, I mean there's the one item is like an 8 or 9 out of 10, and the rest of them are like 3 out of 10. But just that one item, it only takes the one item. You go, okay, yeah, but you can get that thing there. At least it's something to hope for, right? It's maybe not worth farming for, but it's enough that I run through the chain once per life on the off chance I get them. Cutting out a bit of rambling I was doing there. Do you buy Tangleroot? The honest answer is no. I like it because I have nostalgia. I like it because it's a nice easy romp and I don't have to run far to get like 8 quests in a row. I just knock them all out. Feels like I'm making a lot of progress. there's only one relevant piece of loot, and it's easily replaceable by other stuff that you can find in other, like, it's not unique anymore. It takes forever to farm because you have to get it as an end, like the chain reward. There's not really a lot going for it, but it is very cheap. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to look up the actual price of it, but I think it's less than 100 points, especially when it's on sale. Like, they're basically giving it away most of the time. You could do worse throwing a handful of spare points at it when it's on sale. I wouldn't say avoid it, but, you know, the honest answer is don't buy Tangleroot. So next time we're going to dive into the level 4 quests. Probably starting with the Depths chain. The original ones that were the highest level that I could do. Oh, they haven't aged great, but they're free.